FMF, the finest premium Ceylon tea. Thank you so much for the sponsorship and once again another episode. And we have a very special person in this episode. She is Vani. This word, of course, as soon as you hear the word Vani, you know very well who this person is. Vani Catanasiga. She is the Executive Director of FCOSS. Hi, Vani.
Bulavinaka.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
And thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
Did I have a choice?
You did actually. I was trying my luck, but thank you. Today, of course, people have heard your name, but in depth, people want to know more about Vani. How's it working for an organization like FCOSS?
Well, thank you for the invitation. We're just across the road.
Yes,
I think
yes.
we've been looking at each other for quite a while.
You must have heard my voice here and there.
Of course, yes. I was really happy that you approached me yesterday because I've been listening to your talk shows in the afternoon.
Yes,
and
Masala Mix.
Getting in the car and just listening to conversations.
Yes,
and I've
yes.
always been curious about why so much laughter? I want to know what's going on. I want to be part of the laughter. But anyway, I'm Vani. I'm from Lekutu in Bua.
Okay.
It's near the places where Musa, who was missing for quite some time.
Musa has been at the top of the town right now.
So I'm not surprised that he just wanted to stay.
Okay.
It's a wonderful place.
How come Musa got sort of lost?
Well, the Mbua charm, you see. When you get to Mbua, you just want to stay. You want to forget about the rest of the world.
Exactly.
So that's where I'm from. I'm from Mbua in Lekutu.
That's a long journey when you look at it, right? From the Bua
Lambasa.
and Lambasa, and then coming back, coming to Suva,
Right.
and then this executive level. How's that journey yourself?
Well, I grew up in Suva. My dad's, my dad's original. Well,
How often do you go to Bua?
Well, now that I work, I go almost every month.
Oh, every month.
But I go for work, and then sometimes I stop over at the village. But my brother does more regular visits than I do.
Is there a time when you feel, no, I better go back to Suva, when you go to a rural area like Bua? You feel that, or is it you are used to that?
Not really. I mean, I guess when you get into community work, you get engrossed in the conversations and the talanos. It's only when they place sort of a request to you. Can you help us with this? Then you feel the urgency to go back.
Okay. And when you go there, the welcome, how I mean, there's a warm welcome, there's people getting together, and they know this Vani who is born, was born here. What's it feel like?
Well, in my village, I'm the youngest of the siblings. There's 4 of us, and so there I'm just ordinary Vani, the youngest of the family. But I think in recent times, my cousins have, tended to say, okay, don't wash the dishes, things that are often delegated to the youngest ones.
Yes.
So I've enjoyed some level of comfort now that I am here, but being the youngest, I'm always spoiled by older cousins. So I enjoy going to the village. It's very hot though.
And the village food? Are you a foodie person?
Well, not really, but I enjoy the fish. But like the last time I went, there was a funeral, and our relatives from an island, that was mentioned in Musa's whereabouts. He said, ngalo atavea. So that's where we get our fish. So I had some fish from those islands, and it was delicious. Very fresh fish.
You don't get those kind of things over
here?
Not here.
Yeah.
The dishes or whatever they cook there, different style?
Well, I've got a cousin who's often in the village. He's a chef, so I get really good food in the village when I go for functions.
Your favorites?
Yes, very good food. Like he cooks really well.
Okay.
So pork and all this other
so
stuff. So
what is that like the source of income over there in a place like Bua?
Well,
they don't have sugar cane. They don't have. They have the rice farming.
Before, my grandfather was a rice farmer, but Fiji pine and these other, it's a bit more accessible, and so there's places that they can go to for work. I have cousins who work for the police, who work for other government departments. So it's not it's by the road, the main road.
Domesticated animals they have?
Yes, dogs, Cats, but mostly dogs.
Dogs,
yeah.
yeah.
Mostly
What about
dogs.
the goat farming,
Yes,
things like lot?
yes, big goat consumption around the area.
Yeah.
Because our village is located near, Indo-Fijian settlements
Right,
as
yes.
well. So there's a lot of that exchange.
You just
goat farming is big.
mentioned that the settlement is very next to the Indo-Fijian settlement. So I'm quite sure the language barrier won't be there, right? You would understand some of those things that they say, talk.
Sure. I think some time ago when I started work, I remember that if I wanted to communicate with people in the village, I'd have to call one of the Indo-Fijian families to try and get a message to the village. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't too long ago that was the case.
And now that you are here with the FCOSS, the role that you have, maybe you'd like to define exactly what kind of role is it?
Well, FCOSS it's a non-governmental organization.
Yes.
It's a civil society platform, which means it's an umbrella body. It's made up of, members, and we have national NGOs as well as community groups. Right now, we have more community groups that are members than there are national NGOs. And so you would imagine that a lot of what we do is diverse. It's not, we don't just do, for example, women's rights. We do rural development, we do access to health services, we do governance. And so we, much of what we do is tied around two things, access and agency.
Right.
And agency is about empowering, not really empowering communities, but looking at how communities can work independently for the solutions that they need in their community. So we're looking at always at how policies enable communities to do their own solutions. That's one. Second one is around access. We've always talked to government and other development partners about making sure that wherever they provide services, that it must be accessible to people.
Right.
And sometimes people mistake that as like, if you're physically impaired, do you have access? We mean much more than that, because sometimes our services or our work actually disables access.
Exactly.
So those are the two things, and we do that across a range of thematic areas: climate change, access to public finance, to public services.
Is it more like awareness thing?
Sometimes it's awareness,
Right.
and sometimes it's directly working with communities and governments to create that product or that service. Yeah.
Sometimes your views could be taken as a criticism.
Yes.
How do you sort of handle that situation? I mean, it could come from the government that you have been very critical about it, or it could come from other people, their views and their response. It could be taken in different contexts.
That's right. I think, FCOSS is an organization that has been here for almost 70 years.
Right.
It's not going anywhere. It has been here since the coups. It didn't go anywhere.
Right.
And, I think that people mistake perhaps our feedback. I would say it's feedback and opinions as attacking. It's not. We feel a part of this government. We fund this government.
Right. Okay.
We are part of whatever they
Day-to-day
build.
life.
Yes. And when it's like a family. Like if you have a son that's not performing well, you call them in.
FMF, the finest premium Ceylon tea, once again, their sponsorship.
Every morning, wake up with a smile. With FMF tea, it's all worth the while. Hey, 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 it's an FMF day. Tea time is calling, you need a quick fix. With FMF tea, you have the right mix. Hey, 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 it's the FMF way.
FMF Finest Ceylon Tea is second to none.
Hey, 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 FMF all the way.
Madam, when you look at FCOSS role, do you get budgetary allocations on that?
No, not since 2006.
Where's the source of revenue for the whole thing to operate?
Okay, so we actually, most of what we use to operate every year, we raise through project proposals. So most of what we operate on is project finance.
Okay.
And that's from, the German government, German churches,
Foreign aid. More
Foreign
like.
aid, yes.
So you get a lot of funding from there.
We
Is there
get a
monitoring-
reasonable amount.
Okay, but the monitoring process still comes from them?
Yes.
Whether the funding has been utilized?
Yes.
Okay.
So some projects that we take on require us to do 6 monthly audits. Some require us to do yearly annual audits, and then we have to conduct our own organizational audits. Yeah, which is
whatever you have done so far. Was there any time you thought about it, or we could have done better?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. There is a
Every
room
day.
for improvement?
Always.
Uh-huh.
Yes. We have members who provide feedback and say, you could have done this better, or you
Right.
could have done this this
Differently.
way. Yes, differently. So we have annual general meetings, and that's where we get an honest feedback from our members
Right.
about how we've performed in a year.
You're right. So you have different branches, or
Yes.
more like Suva is just
Yes.
based here?
Yes.
And then you have Western Division?
Yes,
and
we
the
have
Northern.
an office in the Lotoka. We have an
Uh-huh.
office here in Suva, just opposite. And we have an office in Lambasa. And we have members who are clustered into district councils.
Okay.
And they're the ones who interact with our divisional
Divisions.
officers.
And that's where the feedback comes in.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. So we can be getting feedback on a daily basis to actual formal spaces. So we've got, feedback or platforms where we are engaging on a daily basis. But there are actual formal mechanisms where we receive this feedback through our board, through our, perhaps our leaders.
The structure of it is the board?
Yeah, there's a national executive committee
Right.
that are elected by the council, and
Right.
the council is the membership. And then we have divisional clusterings of our heads of district councils of social services. And that's where we get regular feedback from.
Okay, FMF, the finest premium Ceylon tea. If Vani was not the executive director, what would you have been? I mean, this is something they
Sure.
chose, or was it given to you?
I don't know. I think it's a calling.
Calling?
Yeah, I mean, I was working at the regional level for
Right.
a number of years, and I decided to just try out,
You
But-
enjoy it?
Do I enjoy this work?
Yes.
Tremendously. There's a lot of satisfaction.
You are in limelight most of the time, because apparently people listen to you. People talk about you.
I think it comes with a job. I think that when you stand with, communities,
Uh-huh.
you have to be, consistent.
Right.
You have to be steadfast when you are speaking truth to government. Sometimes it means that you are bullied, and sometimes your family is criticized as well. But I think that's why I thank my family, because they've taken on that task as well, and
So
they know that
you
it's
have
fun.
the support from the family?
Sure, I do. Yes.
Uh-huh. Do you get support from the business community?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Well-
Have you ever gone out to the business community and say, we need your support?
Well, here's the thing. Our members who work at the local level in
Yeah.
the various towns and all that, when there's a disaster, they get really great support from the business community in those towns to do some relief work.
Okay.
So already businesses are supporting us, but not directly at FCOSS, but to our members. And it works.
It works in
Yeah.
that. So district level, it does work.
Yes.
And you have to identify what are the needs and where exactly
Yes.
the needs are.
Yes.
So more like the process is, first you have to identify
Yes.
different needs and all those things.
Yes.
And how many members you have in total for FCOSS?
Well, we have, at the last count, we have an estimated 30,000.
30,000.
Because we have 24 district councils of social services across the 4 divisions, and then we have 10 national NGOs, and 1 or 2 of them are umbrella bodies.
Do you need
own.
is it a subscription-based
membership?
membership?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
And suppose if you are going for more members,
Mm-hmm.
what sort of subscription people can sort of pay?
So our district councils of social services, they are made up. You can establish a district council of social services when there's 10 or more community groups. So your youth groups, your women's groups, the soccer club, and all of that. So there's a district council of social services pays $100 annual subscription. A national NGO pays $100 annual subscription. Yeah.
So with all these busy schedules doing different things, do you get some personal time for yourself? What do you do in your personal time?
That's a good question, because I, most times I'm, relaxing with members. So recently I've just made a move to, for a flat with my daughter.
Right.
So it's a bit of a quiet
Do you
time.
have ample time for your daughter?
Not right now because she's off to university.
Okay.
I have two daughters.
Right.
One was working in the Western Division, and another one
And
is
the
with
same
me.
umbrella or in a different place?
She was actually working because she's doing early childhood
Right,
education.
okay. Yes.
So she was working with children.
Right,
So
yeah.
she did that all on her own.
Okay.
So
She chose to be on there. Okay.
Yeah, she had started with a different field, and then she said, "I think I have a knack with children." And I said, "Go ahead and do what you want to do."
Right.
Yes. So the second one is just starting at FNU. So they're not kids anymore. One's going to be 24 this year, another one's going to be 22. So
you don't look like the mother of.
Many people say that to me. Look, when you have kids young, you have time to recover.
Exactly.
Maybe that's the explanation I give to people, because when we walk together, sometimes they think we are sisters.
Have you sort of like looked at it and you got inspired by some people? I'm talking about locally or overseas. Any person you did get inspired from?
Yeah.
Or inspiration from?
I mean, there's a lot of people that I am inspired by, but I remember I came here about maybe 15 years ago for an interview with Leadership Fiji, and I was asked the same question. To me, at that time, I thought, okay, there are no leaders that are exemplary to me right now. But there are people that I work with, and they are volunteers in communities. They are elders, they are women. And their stories inspire me. That's why that's probably why I still work at FCOSS. And, the women, especially in communities, Fijian and Indo-Fijian women that, that rise up and they know that they can be bullied, but because there's a challenge in their community, they have no choice. They step up. So they're the ones who inspire me. Yes.
And looking at your busy schedule, and then of course 2 daughters, then you have your personal time. Are you on social media?
I am.
Big time?
Big time. Sometimes when I try and post my own opinion on my Facebook page, I'm on social media. On Facebook, I'm active on that. It's because most of our members are on Facebook. And we have chats for each D courses. So I have to wake up and check each one from Moala to Lambasa and see, okay, what are the issues here? That's a way that we keep in touch with them. So I have no choice because most of the members are there.
Are you a foodie person?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Sweet?
Yes.
Okay, you don't like savories?
Not too much, a bit, but...
anything special when you look at the sweets? It could be gulab jamun, it could be something very yummy. Anything you get carried away with? Halwa.
Halwa.
You love halwa?
I've tried to cook it many times. The first time I passed...
I'm a good cook. One day I will cook it for you.
Please, please. I want to try that. Halwa, yes. I love halwa. I look forward to Diwali because of halwa.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything, if you had to sort of like leave home, what are the 2 or 3 things you cannot afford to miss it or you forget it?
My water bottle.
Right.
Because I have to be drinking water. And sometimes because I'm going into communities and sometimes these communities don't have water, my hand sanitizer.
Okay.
Yes.
And your mobile?
My mobile. Sometimes I forget my mobile.
You do?
Yes, sometimes I do. At home.
Okay. So
sometimes I forget it because some of the places I go to, it's internet cannot
rural place.
Yes. So I just switch it off when I get there because you can't communicate.
What are some of the sports that you love?
I used to love playing volleyball. I no longer have the sort of my
energy.
Yes, well, not the energy, but perhaps the schedule doesn't allow for me to go out and search for a place that's safe for me to go and play it. But I try and walk. Yeah.
A lot came out into this discussion in our interview. Thank you so much for taking your time.
Thank you.
I'm quite sure that people have, after watching this episode, they will know more about you. But once again, thank you so much for taking our time.
Sure.
Did you ever thought that one day I'll be sitting down with SN and talking about this whole career and the work-related issues?
Not really.
Not really?
I was really surprised, but because I was just trying to get over meeting you, the famous voice, and then I got this invite. But thank you.
Thank you.
I enjoyed this.
It was a pleasure meeting you and
Nakubaliwa.
talking to you. Thank you.
Nakubaliwa.
Okay.